Good afternoon. Here is the state news on OGBC. My name is Emmanuel. Adebanjo first, the major items. People have again been warned against indiscriminate dumping of refuse. An Islamic cleric asks political leaders to shun acts of injustice. Government is reassuring of conducive learning environments. Government has issued stern warning against indiscriminate dumping of refuse, saying that it will begin stiffer punishment against offenders. The Commissioner for Environment, Dr. Ola Oresanya, who gave the warning while addressing newsmen in Abeokuta, informed that environmental marshals are already out arresting those dropping waste indiscriminately. Dr. Oresanya added that plans are on the way to situate police van at designated places for the trial and prosecution of environmental law offenders. According to the Commissioner, the government, through the ministry, will soon commence house-to-house inspection to enforce the use of PSP, saying the key evidence to exonerate households from being fined will be the waste disposal monthly receipts. Political leaders at all levels, especially Islamic faithfuls, have been counseled to rid themselves of acts of injustice, from the family being the smallest unit in the society to the nation and the entire global community. An Islamic cleric, Dr. Hafiz Musa Adeyemi, gave the council during the 2025 annual Ramadan lecture titled Injustice in the World Today: Causes, Effects, and Way Out, organized by the House of Assembly Muslim Community at the Assembly Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. He noted that it was imperative for everyone in leadership positions to be cautious as they are all shepherded in their various endeavors and expected to be more responsible as they would be accountable to God through deliberate acts that promote accountability, equity, and transparency, while noting the causes of injustice and clerics attributed lack of fear of God, covetousness, corruption, inequality, and poor leadership, as well as lack of accountability in the system that ought to promote caution and checkmate the oppression of the poor and weak in the society. Earlier, in a keynote address, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Oludai Selemide, stated that the lecture was organized as part of religious activities in the holy month of Ramadan, which remains the month of repentance, mercy, goodness, generosity, and abstinence from sinful acts. In a welcome remark, the chairman, Ramadan Lecture Organizing Committee, and Deputy Minority Leader, Assemblyman Lukman Atobatele, submitted that the period of Ramadan was a pious moment for the Islamic faithful to be closer to Almighty Allah through increased act of worship by seeking for forgiveness from their sins. In a related development, the faithful have been charged to intensify acts of worship through during the last 10 days of Ramadan to benefit from the highly rewarding night of majesty, also known as Lailatul Qadri. Ustaz Taurid Agbola gave the charge in the Jumat sermon at the Ibara Housing Estate Muslim Community Mosque, Abeokuta, this Friday. He explained that the night of majesty, which is better than 1,000 months, falls on one of the odd number nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan. The cleric advised Muslims in the recitation to engage in the recitation of the Quran, observation of Nawafil, and increased charity during the last 10 days of Ramadan. Also speaking at the Jumat, the lawmaker representing Ogun Central Senatorial District, Senator Shuaib Salis, and the Uluwu of Owu, Obasaka Matemilola, enjoined Muslims to increase their ibadah during the remaining days of Ramadan, to be a beneficiary of the night of majesty and strive towards being a better Muslim after Ramadan. The annual Grand Iftar for Muslims in the states commemorating Ramadan to be hosted by Governor Dabo Abiodun holds on Saturday from 4:30 p.m. Venue is the Arcade Ground, Governor's Office, Okemoson, Abeokuta. According to a statement by the Secretary to the Government, Mr. Tokunbo Tanabi, highlight of the annual Iftar program is the lecture with the theme Islam and the Rejection of extremism to be delivered by a legal practitioner and former chairman of the National Hajj Commission, NACOM, Alhaji Zikirullah Hassan. The statement also urged guests to be seated by 4 p.m. You are listening to the State News on OGBC 90.5 FM. Government says a comprehensive report of structures in schools across Ipokia local government will be conducted to ascertain their condition with a view to preventing the recurrence of Wednesday incidents. This, according to Governor Dapo Abiodun, is necessary to guarantee the safety of the students making use of the infrastructure. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimo Salako, expressed regret over the sad occurrence, saying the affected buildings will no longer be in use until the integrity test is done and they are found fit for the pupils to learn under them. She spoke on Thursday during an assessment visit to Mayagi Community Comprehensive High School in Lashe, where a rainstorm destroyed classrooms, claiming the life of a 14-year-old boy and injuring 5 others, including 2 teachers, the school vendor, and a 7-month-old child. The delegation was also at the General Hospital in Diroko, where other victims of the building collapse are receiving treatment, expressing delight that the victims are recuperating. Meanwhile, Governor Dapo Abiodun has described the father of the former state governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, Honorable Abdul Kabir Akinlade, as a man of values whose positive way of life rubbed off on the children. Speaking at the burial of Major Mikali Akinlade at Agoshasha, his hometown, on Thursday, the governor, who was represented by his deputy, Engineer Noy Mos Alakoidele, said the death of the Akinlade patriarch is a huge loss to the family, urging the children to continue to honor the values the deceased instilled in them. He sent condolences to Honorable Akinlade, sibling, and other. No, Abiodun prayed God to grant them the fortitude to bear the loss and repose the soul of the dead departed. In a sermon, Shehu Ibrahim Oyede urged people to fear Allah by embracing worthy lifestyles, as death is a debt that must be paid by all humans, adding that the life of the late Major Akinlade was worthy of emulation. Responding on behalf of the family, Honorable Abdul Kabir Akinlade expressed gratitude to the governor for attending the burial and identifying with the family during the moments of grief. Ramadan offers the opportunity for sober reflection. Let us make the best of the season. To end the state news, another look at major items. The Commissioner for Environment, Dr. Ola Oresanya, while addressing the newsmen in Abeokuta, has issued stern warning against indiscriminate dumping of refuse, saying that it will begin a stiffer punishment against offenders. An Islamic cleric, Dr. Afiz Musa Adeyemi, during the 2025 annual Ramadan lecture titled Injustice in the World Today, Causes, Effect and Way Out, organized by the House of Assembly Muslim Community at the Assembly Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta, counseled political leaders at all levels and most especially Islamic faithful to rid themselves of acts of injustice from their family being the smallest unit in the society to the nation and the entire global community. He also urged that Governor Dapo Abiodun, who was represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimo Salakoidele, during an assessment visit to Mayagi Community Comprehensive High School in Lashe, where a rainstorm destroyed classrooms, said a comprehensive report of structures in schools across Ipokia local government will be conducted to ascertain their condition with a view to preventing recurrence. The State News was edited by Elizabeth Kuforigian, and broadcast from OGBC, Abeokuta. For exclusive programs and latest news updates, visit our website at ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio, Abeokuta, and on X at OGBC 905 FM. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.